Templars have described themselves as, with a number of experienced players, we will fight for a big title, or at least put on a good show. So let's hope. We'll see if that's a strategy the Templars adopt this time. We've got a couple of people spawning in on that supply point towards the attackers. We'll have to see what they elect to go with as we spawn in.
Yeah, there's always pretty, interesting tactics for this kind of map for sure. I always find it compared to a siege, it's a completely different story when it comes to the CBL. We always see lots of different things happening. Most of the time, A and B tends to just be given, and we just defend at C and kind of have a whole defense set up there. So we'll see how that happens and what they plan to do if they're going to try and slow them down on that bridge push, like you were saying earlier, just there. That might happen. We'll wait and see, I guess.
Got a pretty similar looking composition in terms of hero classes. We've got quite a few mauls, some long swords for support, some short swords, the pole axes, one per side. We've got 2 pikes on the side of the Templars, 2 RuneTastics 1. So we'll see how they choose to fight these points.
What I found there interesting with the Templars, if you look at it, there was only a couple of like gold units. The rest of them were all grey units, so they took all their throwaway units to the start, kind of just to slow them down on the A and B push, I think. Just to set them up there somewhere, so they have to get past something, rather than just going straight from AB and straight to C, which is quite a clever way to do it, I think. Wait and see how the whole game plays out. Obviously, the start of the map is just everybody setting up, kind of loading in. There's not really much going on at the point in time. But as you've seen from the tab there's obviously predominantly attack-based units or IPGs. You've got a lot of modals in there. You're going to have some palace guards and stuff as well, trying to keep a solid defense on the attack as well, because you need to have some tanky units in there for the start.
Oh, there we go. Straight on the board. Goulash taking the first blood of this match and putting the RuneTastics out in front on hero kills at the very least. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, I think there's definitely a market for brace units, pole arm units, or pike units. Anything that can give cavalry a hard time, because once you do get to the C and base camp flags, it's pretty open ground. Some well-placed cavalry charges could wreak havoc, as we've seen in the past. So, RuneTastics getting a hold on B already.
I was just about to say, as I expected, RuneTastics just getting free B, because Templars are thinking, right, there's no point in losing hero deaths, there's no point in losing, obviously, any extra health or damage, because you are only allowed to die 3 times, and then that's you out. As soon as you do that, you're giving yourself your team.
Hay artillería, chavales, vamos poniendo una cuanta artillería para que se ponga la artillería ya.
No, ese metralla no.
No, está bien.
Exception of maniacs, unfortunately. Was struck down very early on.
It's interesting there that the short sword Cabanas is actually Cabanas has actually decided to stay up there and just tank fight to actually get a free
an ambitious fight. There we go.
Yeah,
that's I think that was 7 against 1. That's not normally even the most experienced short sword normally would.
Yeah, that's
okay.
You pop iron inside, you survive about 4 seconds. I think you'll probably be lucky after that.
Yeah, that's not a great deal of time. RuneTastics, we can see so many mortars there on their side of composition. We've got some Zircalian militia there, I see, with Ice Eagle running that. That's looking to make an appearance. Now, in the last CBL, in the full fight, we saw a bunch of mortars get set up on the north side of the wall, which overlooks the supply point, and then there was just a pretty much constant barrage of mortar fire suppressing that supply point. So any units trying to go back, get their health recovered, or change units, were getting mortars dropped on their heads, which made it really, really hard for the defenders to keep fresh supply of units coming in. And we can kind of see that happening again with Mango there, and Zania all setting up mortars there to just give the Templars a bit of a headache.
Yeah, it's definitely the strategy to do it. Kind of whittle down the units that are special in that supply point, and just around that corner there where you can see most of the Templars just off of the actual supply point, so they're not getting an easy hit on the supply. But that makes it difficult to kind of arc a mortar in there from that angle. But you can do it, and obviously they just need to fire off one mortar shot, figure out where they are, and then use it to...
You get your 1 zeroing in shot to sort of find where your target is, and then you can work out there. Some of these players have obviously been practicing with mortars for season after season, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot more accurate than I.
The only problem I think is obviously the blue mortars are alright, they don't kill very many units, they will whittle you down slowly but surely, but if you are putting up like 5 to 6 and all hitting the same spot, then you're more...
Ok, van a empezar a bajar, chicos. Atentos por el... Wait.
Hago lo del bufo, ¿no? De velocidad.
Sí, wait.
Prueban pica imperiales por ahora.
Wait, now. Go.
Let's go,
I'll
guys.
push, go. Push enemy, go. Let's go, guys, push. Push.
Come on, guys, come on.
Alguien mata los fuegos,
Bad, no problem. Está muy arriba, Chris. Si pueden vaquear, vaqueen.
Okay, resupply now, go.
I don't know if I was the Templars, I would have pushed out there, because if you paid attention, RuneTastics have PvS on the stairwell. They also have flamers, like flame boys, like we call them flame boys or flamers, or they're just gonna stop you doing anything there. As you can see now, it's kind of gave RuneTastics a little bit of a foothold at the bottom of the stairs, and they can now start making a push. Yeah. And then with the flames, they could probably stop anybody trying to actually counter them back as well, whether it's with cav or with infantry here.
We found out the true impact that even heavy armor doesn't stop full damage.
That's a couple of Keshiks charged across the point there, instantly killing Kuri there. That 2 ability with the new updated Keshiks definitely is devastating to heroes if you were caught out with that.
I've been caught out of position by one of the competitors, Lexi. I was minding my own.
Se retiran. Wait. They retreat.
That was yesterday too. Tried to. Didn't kill me though, thankfully. I'm glad it wasn't, because I'm pretty sure she wouldn't stop telling me about it if that was the case in a
made
battle.
of sterner stuff, really.
Yep.
I think I'm running light armor. I'm a short bow user, so I deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of half expected. You see one side of Keshiks, you're pretty much dead.
That's it. Absolutely. So we've got these mortars still up there on the supply point, so they're kind of getting back into position where they were before on this side. But as long as RuneTastics are sort of using these mortars and aren't really able to get much of a hold, they're sort of spending time to try and whittle down these units. Every time they miss a mortar shot or they're not successful, they're losing time that they could be using to try and get more pressure onto C. Because obviously that's not the end of it. Once they capture C, they've still got one more flag to go. They're bringing out a lot of the gold units. We can see some Lousy Falcons guns there.
Yeah, definitely. The Templars have got a bit of units deficit in comparison to RuneTastics here, though, with obviously that little push that RuneTastics made down the stairwell. So they have lost a good amount of units, and the mortars are obviously putting in some work to kind of whittle them down as they push around that corner. So that is kind of working in RuneTastics' favour. If they can keep that up, slowly whittle them down, and then when they do that eventual push down the stairwell again, or in through the gate, whatever when they choose to do here, it might actually be quite helpful for them, because there'll be weaker units fighting against their almost full health units potentially if they've still got brought in new ones, which tends to be the case. If you've just pushed, you either swap over, like go back, get your units healed up, or get a fresh set ready to do a second push, because there's no point in keeping the same unit out with like 20 but they're all in red health, because they'll just die too quickly. So it's better to just jump off the supply point, get a second set of units that's ready to push, and then set yourself up as a team once again.
Like
Death balling seems to work.
Sort of luring some of the Templars out of position. He's bringing in some cavalry through the main gate there. I think he's trying to lure them out, and once they commit to passing through that threshold of that little opening there that CG's just come through, I think then he can start to maybe look in that cavalry in. But sort of a waiting game right now when Fantastics want to make their next move. Still got 14 trebuchets left to use, 7 minutes 30 on the clock. They'll get a couple more minutes if they do take C. tough.
They're looking
spot
at
to trade.
Templars. They still have like a couple of set of Falconettis out as well, the Templars, on the defense. So I don't know where they're set up, but they're obviously hoping that when that stops them coming down them stairwells, they might be back in the supply point over there, or even maybe back in that little alleyway where they are to stop the push. Because close to range Falconetti, well, a push is coming and is devastating.
Wait. Push now, push now, push.
Come on, guys.
Come on, push. Be careful, hero.
Así calla.
Push. Push. Nos tenemos caballos por detrás también nosotros. Push y resupli. Push y resupli.
Last way on that push.
Interestingly, only one hero died so far. As I say, second one dies here for Templars, but it's still quite a fight. Everybody's kind of surviving for a decent amount of time and using their units rather than committing their bodies, which is interesting as well. And obviously you want to stay alive as long as possible to use your units. So
There's those Falconettis right on that trebuchet there at the entrance to the supply point. Oh, run! Pick up your guns, Falconet!
Retrocedemos un poco si no pasa nada si retrocedemos, chavales. Bien, están muriendo sus héroes, bien.
Avanzamos un poco, ¿no? No. Sí, creo que sí, ahí nos vamos de nosotros.
Sí, go, push.
Go.
Yo voy a hacer.
Go, guys, go.
Push. Kill hero. Come on, kill Pavis. Go. Kill hero.
Me cuelo por detrás, granero, a la puerta. Salimos por la puerta con los caballos.
No, retreat now.
Uy, si ustedes ven caballo podemos matar la distancia de ellos.
Bad, está entrando, bad, no problem. 5 minutos, chicos, 5 minutes. 5.
Yeah, we are pretty fine with the agreed defense, guys.
Yeah, 5 minutos, chicos. 700 unidades, díganle. Tenemos 700 unidades para 5 minutos.
700 units for 5
Oh, hell yeah, I trust you guys.
Obviously not all of them are going to be tier 5-star units, but there's still quite a lot that they've got there to offer. We've got quite a few some Keshids I can see. We've got some Grenadiers, some Fusiliers, I think that is. Falconetti Gunners, Medals, and all
So
sorts.
looking at RuneTastics there, you've noticed that some of them have switched to Pike Militia, so they might be down to the last unit, like Pike Militia or potentially their second last unit if they've got a grey unit in their barricade as well. So like Pike Militia are quite a decent unit as a green tier unit, but when it comes to against things like Keshiks and stuff, if you're in the back of them, it doesn't matter where you are, Pike Militia will die.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it'll make it difficult to push, but it's going to be interesting to see.
Vienen por puerta.
Vale, que alguien tenga caballos aquí donde yo
Enemy in the gate. Be careful.
Rotate.
Move unit.
They are going to see. Push.
Okay. One. Wait.
Cuidado, tira una baliza,
1, 2, 3. Push. Esperen la caballería que no entre todavía. Cavalry way. Unit.
Tarde.
Vamos. No tienen tiempo, chavales. Cuidado con los héroes que...
Cuidado con los que estoy de yo.
Yes. Cuidado, caballería por detrás. Van con Catrofacto por detrás. Cuidado, chavales.
Que tengamos raya también las que sirven.
Tienen 4 muertos.
Vamos, guys. Come on.
Kill hero.
Kill hero. Resupli.
Tienen a los héroes tocadísimos,
Resupli.
Nice, otro dea. Vamos, chicos, vamos, que lo sacamos. Vamos, que lo sacamos. Tiene 4 muertos. Come on.
Resupli.
Ice Eagle takes a death. Yeah, that's not looking good at all. Doesn't matter, just shows you battles don't, the units don't really tend to matter. Even if you had like an extra 400 units at one point, it's quickly changed. Shoe's getting pounced on by 5 people here at this point in time while he uses his pike to get out, but...
Even with the pikes, infamous agility and deftness.
Oh, he's out, he got himself away.
Oh, Templars Daniel's on pursuit. Those Mauls are going to have to run interference. There we go. Shoes survived.
Yeah, that just shows you how quickly Pike and the movement of Pike, if you can throw that down, you are back and forward, and you can just avoid it for so long.
You can definitely
with the
be a
backflips.
nuisance to enemies trying to chase you. You can be very evasive, very hard to pin down. Look at this flank from the Templars, though.
Oh, that monastic charge right through the center there.
Caballo, nice horse. Buenísima.
Vamos que les estamos ganando, come on.
Están muertos 2 veces, tengan cuidado, no vuelvan a morir.
Push door, push door.
Aguante, cúrense para aguantar el punto.
Push.
Push, guy, push, guy, push, guy.
Don't stop, come on.
Heroes. Go heroes.
Nice. Go.
Vamos, chavales, vamos.
Nah, me llevo uno. Dos por la cara.
Nice.
Nice, team,
Me
go.
acaba de caer, tío.
Come on.
Ah, venga, dale.
Tío, me ha caído, tío.
Venga. Dale mandanga, que están cayendo.
Me quedo yo un punto, me he muerto 2 veces.
No,
Están en la mierda,
no estoy muriendo mucho, chicos.
Very interesting.
They've done a very good job of managing to, endure that bombardment that you get from those mortars up on the wall. They've managed to do a good job putting up the plant, and then they managed to find some decent fights. And as you said earlier, the Keshik charges on the flank have done a really good job of just ruining the RuneTastics day.
Lots of heroes. It's going to be a hero fight here now for RuneTastics on the point. 13 versus 8. They have. Yeah, that's it. There's pretty much not enough time for this now, I think. If all they need to do, Templars here, is just chuck people on the point, some short swords,
Yeah, there's a couple
and then
of
just on and off the
units
point,
just
you'll be
piling
fine.
in as well to just be a nuisance and just to slow that RuneTastics advance to stop them getting that foothold.
Yep, that is it pretty much. The Templars, Joey, they're staying on the point for pretty much the whole time as the short sword. Daniel, Cabanas, and Yami all managing to just run around as a short sword, taking hits, taking damage, and then run around hitting other people.
Nice, bro, GG, nice.
Yeah, GG.
Qué buena, muy
Push
buena,
from
Pepe.
RuneTastics, but obviously it was only heroes and there wasn't the units to kill the heroes quick enough to get that point. But it's a good defense from Templars. Opposite here, MVP on the Templars side of things with 145 unit kills. And then AMGC, he was the 5 hero kills along with Maniacs actually. Maniacs is one of their leads, I think, as well. I think he's the captain from what I remember. Shu though finishes on top on his side for RuneTastics in the defense, but it was a very good defense from Templars. They pushed back